we got some fun at Ferrari today. We're going to take this AWE exhaust and throw it on this C8 Corvette. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to throw this car up on the lift, and then I'm going to unwrap the entire exhaust and make sure everything is in the box that's supposed to be in the box. Okay, so everything that's supposed to be here is here. Black tips. And so AWE makes 3 different exhausts for this car. I believe it's a touring one, a track one, and then this one, which is ungodly loud because, as you can see, there are no mufflers. So the only thing that is actually going to be doing any sound control on this vehicle now is the catalytic converters. I'm curious to see how this is going to sound. Alright, so step one, after we made sure we got everything here, this whole rear bumper has to come off. The rear package compartment has to come off. So I'm going to do that now. Alright, so now that the rear bumper is off and your trunk liner is out, you got 2 bolts for the flange on this side for the catback, and you have 3 on this side. So I've got to take all those out, and then I can start removing my mounts and everything for the muffler and take that whole assembly out. The whole factory exhaust is now unbolted and loose and ready to come down. I've undid my 2 exhaust valves. That is one here and one there. This exhaust does not have the NPP, so no open, close mode, whatever. It just has the main valves that are up on the actual, I guess you could call it a downpipe. So I just got to grab somebody and we will take this giant monstrosity of a muffler down. All right, we are out. There we are. So this big giant monstrosity is getting replaced with no muffler at all. It's gonna be a little bit of a sound upgrade. I've got to put that heat shield, I believe it bolts up in there. I've got to take a look at the instructions. Let me point again so you can see me. But this is going to be pretty obnoxious, and as you know, everything I have is loud and obnoxious, but if I'm saying this is going to be obnoxious, it's probably going to be very loud. So I'm gonna go eat lunch, and then we're gonna start putting those parts back up into this vehicle. Alright, so I got my main 2 downpipes in here, but loose. Not gonna tighten anything up until I've got everything bolted up in here, so we can do final fitment, make sure everything's lined up. One thing we have to do though is they give you a couple of valve simulators to go on your factory connectors, because you have to simulate those valves. Otherwise, I believe it doesn't throw an engine light or inhibit performance, but there will be codes stuck in the ECM which are going to be an issue when you go to get your sticker. You know, not that the fact that this exhaust is going to be loud as all hell is going to be an issue when you go to get your sticker, but we're going to put these on, zip tie those up, and then I'm going to start putting all the rest of my piping in. Okay, so I've got the X pipe in, I've got the side pipes, I've got the tips loosely on here. Everything is loose still. I actually went and threw the bumper back on because I wanted to make sure everything cleared. The heat shield they give you is because now you have no heat shielding like that muffler has for back here, and they don't want the rear bumper to melt. So they give you this heat shield which bolts into the factory holes, really nice. So now basically I just have to line up and finish tighten all this stuff, and then I can put my tips on, align those, and tighten my 2 end clamps, and then finish bolt the whole bumper back on. Well, the bumper's back on. I got everything finished, tightened, and lined up. The heat shield they give you got a cool little symbol that comes through the back. I got the tips on, got everything lined up They're all even spacing out here, side to side, up and down. I'm super anal about that stuff. And I gotta say, they don't look half bad. It's actually not a bad looking system. So now I've got to go through and do my 3 bolts that are inside here that hold the bumper on. I've got a bunch, these 2 panels here, and then I can put the trunk back together. And then we can do what you guys all want me to do, which is to take it outside and see how it sounds. And just so you know, bolting all the bumper and trim back up consists of all these screws. Yay. Vibration in the floor underneath me, under my feet, just because the exhaust is that much louder now. I will tell you though, if I had to pick my Corvette, it would still be a C7. I'm still just not a fan of these C8s. And the main reason is this. I just don't like it. I will say though, these quad round tips look a hell of a lot better than the square tips they come with. I'm not completely sold on the square steering wheel either.